guys, welcome to the vlog. So I was supposed to be uploading a video today and I lost a piece of the footage and edited anyway and like tried to make it still like a usable video. Adam just watched it through last night and he was like, it's not usable. So there went about at least 10 hours of my time that took me probably like 2 weeks to put together, because with the baby, editing is an absolute nightmare. So here we are. Amelia's been in a like screaming fest stage. So she seems to be like really calm when we're out. So I just decided to say screw it today, and let's go on a mommy and baby date. So brought her out for some lunch, might do a little bit of shopping, and yeah, I feel like I had more valuable information in my last video, but because I got so messed up, I was like, you know what, let's just have a fun day and bring you guys along.
Are we in a good mood now? Yeah? You want to have a little nap? Okay. Night night.
It's probably way too windy and probably sounds awful in this camera. But I walked into 3 stores, and I'm exhausted. And it's now Amelia's feeding time, so I sat down, grabbed a coffee. I got an oat milk shaken espresso. I got a peanut butter and jelly protein box. Millie, are you ready to come out? So, gotta get myself set up. So Amelia just ate and I have to burp her now, but I'm gonna have to get myself set up, otherwise I'm gonna have one hand.
Is she? Yeah. Is he here with Mama? Is he with Mama? Are you listening to music with Mama? Yeah. Are you playing the piano? Yeah. Is he playing the piano?
I used to get this like little snack thing when I was working at the salon. I remember I would eat everything else and I hate raisins, so I would always leave this, but at the end of a really long day I would like reach for this and it was like felt like a dream at the end of the day. So definitely don't. Another thing is, you may not know about me, but I don't like ranch, like not salads, not just ranch has always disgusted me, but I do like mayo. But after being pregnant, Adam made me a sandwich with mayo in it, and I didn't have any really aversions to a lot of foods, but the mayo in that sandwich like made my stomach turn, and now just the thought or sight of mayo like disgusts me.
Piano player? Did you learn to play the piano? Yes, she is. Okay.
Alright guys, we are back in the car, loaded up. I'm out of breath, but we did it. She's finally asleep. She was awake the whole time I shopped. Mostly in a good mood, but just like, you know, talkative, and of course requires a lot of attention. But yeah, when I sat down as I waited for my coffee, there was this teenage boy just like playing the piano. They had like an old piano kind of just out in the courtyard, and this boy started playing, and it was like incredible. He did mess up a little bit on like For Elise, which, I mean, I'm not a piano player, but and then my back was turned to him, and then he's like, you could hear the playing start again, and it was like a faster, quicker, more like just better version of For Elise. And I turned around, and it was actually like this tiny little boy just playing his heart out, and it was like the most incredible thing. It was like coffee with the show. And yeah, just everyone like just gathered around and was like filming and, you know, tipping him and stuff. But yeah, that was really nice to see. So now that we are back in the car, I did do like a Q&A on Instagram like a week ago, and then I said I would reply here on YouTube. So I'm gonna pull up the questions and just answer them quickly now that she's asleep and happy in the car. So first question is, how is baby sleeping? And at night, she's doing really well. She started to sleep 8-hour stretches, I want to say around the 3-month mark. So she's now 5 months, and she sleeps about 10-hour stretches. Of course, those stretches happen a lot like earlier in the evening, so it doesn't mean that we get to sleep 8 hours, because obviously we don't go to bed at like 9. But even if she falls asleep earlier, which everyone says like baby's bedtime should be like 7 or 8, I feel like if she does fall asleep around that time, she almost always will wake up around 9 or 10 again, and then is kind of like extra fussy. So I feel like it's a lot more manageable if I kind of like wait till about like 9 o'clock. So her last nap is like between 5 and 7, and then she's awake for a little bit, and then gets a bottle, and then goes to sleep, and then she's like happy through the night, and then we'll wake up at like 8 or 9-ish in the morning. So I feel like pretty lucky for her age, so no complaints there. During the day, her naps are just really erratic. I've tried this scheduling method. I've tried the just like let her kind of tell me what she wants. That seems to work better. But yeah, naps during the day, I don't know that we necessarily have it figured out yet, but yeah, at night she's great. The next question is, what are you doing to get back in shape besides the WW program? So I did do the WW program. Like I said, I was doing it before I got pregnant, and it's more of like a lifestyle and like a way of, I just feel like it absolutely makes me want to eat more vegetables and more fruit and like more fiber. So that's just like healthy, period. I have not yet, if I'm being honest, like got into like either like a diet or like okay, now we're really cracking down and getting back to our pre-baby weight. I'm about 5-6 pounds away from my pre-baby weight. Ideally, I would, before I got pregnant, I wanted to lose like 10 pounds. So I don't like really look at pre-baby weight. I just look at my forever goal weight. But I have a baby. I am in my mid-30s. Like maybe my forever, you know, goal weight is maybe like something that, you know, was left for my 20s. I don't know. But basically what I'm saying is I'm not really putting pressure on myself. My goal was, after 1 year of giving birth, I would want to be like close to where I was pre-baby. That's my only goal. I do feel like workout wise that I'm really lacking. I miss working out, and I definitely need to make it more of a schedule and like more of a routine. But I also feel like when you watch a baby all day long, going up and down the stairs and holding a baby and doing these like weird moves, like trying to pick stuff up, I do feel like I am way more active, if that's the word, than I feel like I was on a typical day before having baby. So I'm kind of just focusing on that. I'm not purposely eating junk food, or, you know, we have a cocktail occasionally, a glass of wine during the week sometimes, and I like food, and I like to eat things that I like. But one thing too, I think the biggest thing with kind of maintaining your weight with having a pregnancy is to not go crazy during pregnancy. Now, absolutely, my appetite was bigger than when I wasn't pregnant, so I absolutely, you know, I remember one time for lunch, I like made a sandwich, and I was like, I'm like not even halfway full, and I made a second sandwich. I'd never done that before in my life. Like, this was just not something that I did before, and I made a second sandwich, and I didn't feel bad about it. And so I just kind of like listened to when I was hungry. I didn't really crave like junk food things or like sugar or oh shoot, I'm like changing the range on this. Whoops. Fuck. I've also like had clients with completely different stories during pregnancy. I had a client who was super athletic. She was actually a personal trainer, like super in shape, like the 8-pack abs. And she said that she was so sick while she was pregnant that by like the second month, the only thing like she could like stomach was lasagna, and she was like, I don't know why, that wasn't my favorite food before. And she said she ended up gaining like 60 pounds in pregnancy, and she said it was just like so hard to lose and stuff. So my point here is that like everyone is just so different, and I've even heard different pregnancies are different, you know, on the same like mom. So I can only speak for myself and my, you know, what happened to me, my personal experience. But I think the biggest thing, I don't do well with like losing weight. I'm far better at maintaining weight than I am at like trying to lose weight. And I kind of knew that. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not just going to like eat a donut every time I crave something like sweet or something. But yeah, I definitely ate everything like I was never hungry while pregnant. But I always like, if I did crave something kind of like naughty, I'd have like a piece of dark chocolate, and then normally I'd be like, oh, I'm good. I'm over whatever my craving was. So yeah, I haven't really gotten into a like crazy regimen yet. And once I do, and once I figure it out, I'll let you know. Someone's asking, what do you think about Redken Chromatics and L'Oreal Majorelle permanent hair color? The L'Oreal Majorelle I love. I think it's to me it's more like a permanent / semi-permanent. Beautiful tones. I love it. Redken Chromatics isn't as gray coverage, but it is super nourishing and hydrating. So if you are looking for like rich, vibrant, like brunettes, where the hair just looks incredibly hydrated, the Redken Chromatics is amazing. The next question, where do you shop for clothing? Love your outfits. So one thing, I'll answer the question first. I think like Zara, H&M, and then like when we traveled more, like little boutiques, I always thought like that's so fun to find something a little bit more unique that way. But one thing, like I feel like, especially after the lockdown, and I feel like we hung out with people less and we relied more on social media, I feel like we all started like dressing the same. And I feel like before social media, I had my own style, and I'm kind of just like trying to embrace that more. So I do a lot of online shopping now too. So basically I just like to kind of find pieces that I feel like will suit my body shape and my body type, and not so much like, is this trendy and is this cool right now? Like, I don't care if it's cool. Like, during pregnancy, I got rid of most of like my skinny jeans because I was like, probably not going to fit into them, and considering they're not cool now, they're probably not going to be for like a long time. And now I'm like, I want a pair of black skinny jeans. Like, I don't care if they're not cool or they're not in. Like, I want a pair of black skinny jeans, and I'm gonna get some. So the next question is, did you lose hair since pregnancy? Hair loss in postpartum is real, and it hits or starts to happen around like the 4-month mark, and I definitely noticed it, and that's when I removed my extensions, because I wanted to. I feel like with extensions you kind of like, you don't notice a lot. It's just like, whatever, I have a ton of hair. So I wanted to remove the extensions because I wanted to like actually see it and, you know, like kind of know what's going on. I think one of the biggest things, this is gonna happen. I'm actually wanting to do a video on like postpartum hair care and explaining what's actually happening. So part of it's kind of unavoidable. Part of it, there are things that you can do. So taking like biotin and something that is going to help, that's great. Continuing to take your prenatal vitamins, that's also great. And the main thing is just know that it is temporary, and your follicles and your scalp do restore and go back to normal. So I'm kind of like not too worried about it. All right, the next question is, when do you want more kids, and do you plan on IVF? First of all, we don't know if we want more kids. I think it's funny how people are like, when are you having kids? And then I think like the second you have one, it's like okay to ask, like, how many more do you want? And do you plan on IVF? Well, we didn't do IVF the first time. We got pregnant naturally. So no, we're very happy with one. If we weren't able to get pregnant and I wanted to have a second, I still probably wouldn't do IVF. So, yeah. Next question is, will we be raising Amelia to speak Portuguese and Danish? And I would absolutely love it if she did. I obviously can't push the Danish. That's all on Adam. I love it when she hangs out with Adam's side of the family and they speak only Danish to her. I would absolutely love for her to learn it. I feel like with my parents and me, I'm doing my best with the Portuguese. I'm only like doing like nouns right now because, you know, she doesn't speak either yet. So like, let's enforce the English first, but I would love if she spoke 3 languages. The other question is, what is something you wish you knew when you first became a certified hairstylist? I think the biggest thing was like to have a business plan. I so thought I knew everything, and really like knowing the difference between a commission salon, a rental. Like, I knew the differences, and I thought I for sure knew what I wanted. In terms of like taxes and like building a clientele and all those things, like I wish I had known more about it. I kind of just jumped in, started renting, then I did a little bit of assisting, and then like went into my own studio. So not at all the very traditional way of starting to do hair, but it's worked out so far. Other questions, do you speak Portuguese? Yes, and I get this, I think it's like my last name, but in a lot of videos people will ask like randomly, like, are you Portuguese? And yes, I was born in Portugal. Both my parents are Portuguese. My dad's born in the mainland, and my mom is from the islands, from the Azores. So yeah, Portuguese was my first language, so I do speak it. All right, now the question is, are your eyes green? And I would say hazel, but like in bright light or in the sun, or sometimes depending on what I'm wearing, they look kind of green. And I think that's what Amelia is gonna have. She's a carbon copy of Adam in every other way, but I think she's going to have hazel eyes, and Adam's not happy about it, but it's my one thing. All right, another question is, what's your favorite self-tanner? And I've mentioned this in a couple of my videos, and it is the Isles of Paradise, the tanning mousse. There's no guide color, so it doesn't get anything on your sheets, pajamas, or anything, and yeah, I just think it's the best one I've ever tried. What is your affordable leave-in conditioner? My favorite at the moment, like leave-in product, is By the Way. by Way, the Jen Atkin brand. It is the one in collaboration with Byredo, which smells incredible. I don't know if it's still available, but it's great. And then the next question is, what is my favorite body lotion? And I'll stick a picture here. It's by the Rio de Janeiro brand. I'll leave a picture of it here and a link in the description. It smells like heaven on vacation. All right, and my camera is heating up, so I know it's gonna turn off in a little bit. So thank you guys for coming along with me on this wonderful day. And I had fun answering your questions. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.